Get ready for the meta of all movies. You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of Birdman.
Who is this guy?
He used to be Birdman.
I like that poster.
You wrote this adaptation?
I did, yeah.
And you're directing and starring in your adaptation. That's ambitious.
Are you afraid people will say you're doing this play to battle the impression that you're a washed-up comic strip character?
Absolutely not. That's why 20 years ago I said no to Birdman 4.
Birdman 4? You do Birdman 4?
Now you're about to destroy what's left of your career. We should have done that reality show they offered us.
Meta, when something is consciously self-referential. This is a term that has only recently been popularized, largely due to a new generation of superfans becoming industry professionals. Or perhaps because in the absence of any new ideas out there, the most original thing one can do is to turn in here. Scream was one of the first truly meta movies and therefore became an instant classic, followed years later by Cabin in the Woods. And Deadpool, soon to be a major motion picture itself, finally, is one of the truly great meta characters of all time. So, how does a prestigious indie filmmaker like Alejandro Inarritu, whose previous films include Amores Perros, 21 Grams, Babylon Beautiful, get involved in something like this? Well, when I saw Birdman closing night at the New York Film Festival, for Inarritu's introduction, he was quoted as saying all of his films had been a spicy meal, and now he was ready for dessert. Or is that revenge? It sure has got to be frustrating these days to be an indie artiste in an industry consumed by blockbuster pictures. And while at the New York Film Festival, Inarritu thanked writer Raymond Carver's widow for allowing him to use one of Carver's works in the film, he really owes everything to Michael Keaton, the white-hot sun in this meta-constellation. Because just like his alter ego in Birdman, Regan Thompson, Keaton really did star in one of the biggest comic book franchises of all time and really did choose to walk away. But what he didn't bet on was walking into oblivion. Am I referring to Regan Thompson or Michael Keaton? Both! And that's meta. The infamous club of actors who were genuinely on top but then gave it all away, only to lose everything they ever had while still maintaining enough credibility to star in an Inarritu film? Well, I think membership might be just one. Speaking of that credibility, does Keaton have enough to win over the Academy, just like Thompson is hoping to win over the Broadway elite in Birdman? And to make things even more interesting, Birdman is filmed entirely as one single long continuous take, a la Alfred Hitchcock's Rope. But thankfully, the digital age has allowed Inarritu a few cheats in post to achieve the effect. So back to that original question, is Birdman just an impressive dessert, say a la flambe? Or is it that other dish best served cold, revenge?
These days, I watch a lot of movies, not just for Beyond the Trailer in general, but because of the time of year it is. It's award season, and there are a lot of movies to see. For instance, last Friday I saw 3 movies in one day, and then the very next day, Saturday, I saw another 2. And as you watch so many movies in quick succession with a critical eye, wondering if there's a truly Oscar-worthy, entry in the bunch, or if it's just politics as usual, you start to feel a little bit like Ahab in Search of Moby Dick. Is that perfect movie out there, or have you gone a little crazy? Well, I'm happy to report I have not gone crazy because I found the perfect movie, and it's Birdman. Now, when I tweeted my initial reaction to the film, I saw it Saturday night, it was one of the 2 I saw that day, someone tweeted back, "Grace, please, don't overhype Birdman." And I tweeted back, I can't overhype Birdman because it truly is a perfect movie. And that's due to the amazing construction of the film at every level. It is an intentional piece of art, which is so refreshing considering the shots in the dark and self-serving experimentation that's become so popular in Hollywood these days. Now, in terms of that construction, what levels does it particularly excel at? Well, there's the acting level. Extremely well acted. You can't imagine the movie without any members of the cast. But to me, the standouts were, of course, Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, Zach Galifianakis. I couldn't believe how good Zach Galifianakis is in this movie. And Emma Stone, who it was so nice to see her back in top-notch form after her little Spider-Man detour, which I hoped hadn't been a little detour, but it ended up being a little inconsequential detour, unfortunately. But here, she's jumped right back into her quality acting, why she really got on a lot of people's radars in the first place. And I think the only reason that these actors stand out more than the others is they have the larger parts. So acting is fantastic. Now, how about this long, continuous shot? It's amazing to watch. And the best thing I can say about it is that as I tried to look for cheats and to figure out where they were cutting the film, digitally, I kept forgetting to check because I was drawn into this story so much. I was like, oh my God, they might have cut there. I wasn't looking for it. I was paying so much attention to this story. Yes, the story. Does Hollywood still tell stories? Well, Birdman has a story to tell, quite a story, and that story is about Hollywood. And Birdman is such a wonderful snapshot of what Hollywood has become these days, and its arguments for and against Hollywood are so well constructed. Yes, Birdman, derides Hollywood for its current status, but at the same time plays into its current culture, that anyone watching the movie will feel that Birdman agrees with them, which is part of its genius. And I think that's because at the end of the day, Birdman isn't judging. It isn't judging Hollywood. It's just simply, laying it out there on a platter for everyone to see and, laying it bare and saying, this is what we've become. This is what the current status of Hollywood is. And just see it for yourself. And I think that's why Birdman deserves to be in the same category as Sunset Boulevard, Singin' in the Rain, Barton Fink, Tropic Thunder, those great movies about Hollywood. And I hope that the Academy is confident enough to recognize the honesty that Birdman is, dishing out here, and it gets the nominations that it deserves. Birdman should be nominated in every category, and I think it should win in several of them as well. So that's my review of Birdman. I definitely think you should see it. It is the best movie of the year I've seen so far, one of the best movies I've seen in several years, and I have a hard time imagining anyone will be able to top it, at least in terms of quality. Politically, you might see somebody else actually win those awards, but Birdman is the one who deserves to get them. All right, so that's my review. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you can check out some more episodes right now.